Hey guys, thanks for tuning in, and in this video I'm going to show you a couple things that you can try to help secure a loose piece of trim molding, or maybe a loose piece of molding on your door if it happens to become loose. But before we get rolling, remember, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment if you have one, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You'll get all of our latest updates, and we got all the great stuff coming out. So let's get started. I'll show you what to look for, what to do. Okay, so I bought this truck a little while ago, probably, I don't know, a couple months ago, and stuff like this drives me absolutely crazy. I have a loose piece of trim on the truck. There's a tip on the bottom right here, and it's worn out. It must have broken or something like that. The edge of the catches doesn't seem to catch on the hole anymore, so I've tried a million different things to fix it. So if you have a piece of trim like this, or maybe a loose molding down below, or if you happen to have like a molding like this on your vehicle, check on the back side of it to see what the factory had on there, if they had a piece of 3M tape, or if it was adhesive, or it was a combination of both. But in either situation, a lot of times you can get away with using some silicone adhesive to reattach it to the body of the vehicle if there's nothing wrong with the piece of trim or the body molding. A lot of times the factory actually uses some 3M tape, some real thin tape on the back side of like a molding on a door, and use like a combination of that, as well as like some tips that stick out of the molding, secure to maybe the inside of the door. Every vehicle's kind of different, but it's typically the method that they'll use. So I'm going to fix the piece of trim on the window, and I'll show you what I'll use. So I grew up, in a body shop, working around cars my whole life, and stuff like this drives me absolutely crazy. I hate seeing pieces of trim flapping around, so I'm going to remove this and lift it up and kind of push it out of the way. Now, the way this particular molding is shaped, what I'm going to use is I'm going to use the silicone adhesive and run a thin bead on this flat edge at the top. And there's like a flat edge that I can feel up under the molding in here. So I'm going to clean this up, and then I'm going to run a bead, and I'm going to set it down and let it set up. So what you want to do is you want to clean the area first. So you can do that, with some water and dish soap. I happen to have a little bit of Windex here. There's nothing really too grimy under here. So I'm going to spray it and wipe the area clean, just like that. Another thing that you can use too is if there is adhesive under here and you need to clean it off. You can go to the auto parts store and get what they call prep solve. It's usually like in a can, and it's made to remove wax and adhesives on a car door. All right, so my adhesive sealant right here. So I'm gonna lift the piece of trim up, and I'm gonna run a bead of the adhesive silicone right on the top here. I can get it to come down the tube. Just kind of take your time and squeeze some of it out. Run a pretty decent bead along here if this is what you're using. If you're using the tape, it's basically just taking the protective layer off the tape. Just kind of go along. If you find that it's difficult to squeeze this out, just cut a little bit more off the tip. I just had to do that, and it'll come out a lot easier for you. So let's run like a bead, keep on going. So you want to do this when it's not going to rain out either, especially if you're using the adhesive. If you can, make sure you get like a good day of no rain, just so it sets up a little bit better. It sets up pretty quick, but you don't want to be working against stuff. All right, so now I'm just going to reattach this piece of trim. And there's a little tip right here. I want to make sure it's down in that hole. Then I'm going to press down on it, just like that. Make sure it's seated in there. Let's go on it a couple times. Make sure any tabs are in their proper places. That's pretty much it using this method. Just let it set up. So I hope this has helped you out. There's a couple quick things that you can try if you have a loose piece of trim or molding on your vehicle. Use this vehicle to demonstrate, and that was driving me nuts. So I had to fix that. Figured I'd share with you guys. If you have a question, if you have a different vehicle, different kind of molding, and you just what's in, you don't know how to fix it, leave a comment on the video. Either I'll reply back to it, or one of the subscribers might have a workaround for you, and we'll get you fixed up. So hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel, and like I said, leave a comment if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.